The Bob TV Network presents, broadcasting live from the greatest city in the world, New York City. It's the Bobby Brown Show. And now here's your host, Bobby Brown.
What up, America? How you doing, America? This is your boy, Bobby Bob TV Brown. Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Brown Show. Today we're going to talk about settlement or suit. Settlement or suit. Or I would like to say, are you a settler? Or are you an aggressive person that go for the juggler? Usually seem like the people who are aggressive and go for the juggler get more things done than the settler. And we're going to talk about that today because one of the reasons why some wealthy corporation, after they've done you wrong, will offer you a settlement is because they have a feeling that your chance of getting more money is great if you get some kind of financial backing when it comes to legal aid or legal support. And when they see you don't have strong enough legal aid or legal support, they'll try to settle for pennies on the dollar in some cases. Your son in a car accident, somebody drinking and driving, he's in the back, both of them get killed. And the company, the semi-truck, let's say Walmart, in the case of Tracy Morgan's situation, Walmart comes in and offer you a settlement. That's because they know your chance of getting more is easier. They're afraid that you're going to find out some kind of way to really stick it to them, to really sock it to them. And unfortunately, in America today, we got too many people that are settlers. No, I'm not talking about the people who came and settled these lands here in the country. That's a whole nother story. But people who are willing to get a quick buck. Oh, you get in an accident, ambulance comes, some attorney, jack-leg attorney, bogey, and son, to come and offer you and say, hey, I can get you a settlement. George Floyd, Eric Gardner, all these, you got Benjamin Crunk, he'll come in and usually they'll go for a settlement. And if the number is big enough where his pocket is satisfied, I know y'all don't want me to say this, but big enough for his money pockets to be satisfied, he'll say, let's go for a settlement. Let's settle. Most of them don't go for the juggler. Most of them don't say, we ain't going to settle. We going for the juggler. Not only are you going to pay them for compensation in a civil lawsuit, or wrongful death lawsuit, which is different from a criminal conviction. You got a wrongful death lawsuit. Not only are we going to go for it all, because you deserve it all, we'll settle. Let's just make it easy so I can get a check. Those are people who are settlements. Those are settlers. Then you got some people like, look, I'm going for it all. Even if I don't get a dime, I'm going for the juggler. Now, I got to respect a person like that, willing to put it all on the line. Case in point, as a union organizer, it shocked me one time when I was let go on a job. And, I'm a shop steward. I'm doing my thing, trying to help other workers keep their job. But when it came to me trying to keep my job, they wanted me to settle. Well, Robert, if you don't fight to get your job back, the company decided that they're not going to fight you on the unemployment. They're going to give you the unemployment. Now, I'm from Virginia. There ain't no fighting on the unemployment. They take that out of your check. Here in New York, it's a different story. They have to actually hit that company up and demand that they get it. And that company will fight. But in this case, they wanted me to settle. I had to make the hard choice. Either I'm going to settle or I'm just going to, which would make me seem like a sucker sellout, and I don't believe in fighting for what's mine or fight for what's mine. So I had a hard choice, and I said, look here, can't do it. It ain't going to go with that. I'd rather lose it all. I'd rather lose it all. I'd rather lose my job and not get my unemployment than to bow down and just let these punks win. I've never been a settler. There's been cases when I could have settled and I would have made some money and would have been well off, but would I really been well off? I'm getting to the point, and this is the point I'm getting to, and it's the story of the day. Sellers. Barbara Lee is a seller. Look like Warnock is becoming a seller. Settler. You know, settler and sellout is too close of a word. Because a sellout is a person who said, look, you deserve more, but you decided to take whatever you can get. That's a sellout. And we got politicians up there saying we deserve more, but they sell out at every end. Have you ever heard Warnock talk? See, Warnock come from that class of preachers. Even Martin Luther King kind of got away from the quote unquote preacher trying to kiss up to the establishment and became a preacher trying to do whatever he can for his people. Warnock. Now, you know, Uncle Ruckus himself, James Clyburn, he done sold you out so much, it's ridiculous. You know, we know Joe know us. Yeah, Joe know us. That's why he try to pass laws to hurt us. And he don't do much to pass laws to help us. Quick, fast, and hurry, pass that law to protect Asians, but won't do anything to protect you. Then you got old Kamala Harris over there on the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Smiling, skinning, and grinning, selling you out. Heck, she sold the immigrants out down there when she went on her so-called tour duty down there in South America, in Central America. Now, the lady right next to her, we're going to talk a little bit about her. Because I remember Jamie Fowler went up to James Clyburn and said, look, what about this reparation thing? James Clyburn said, well, it's going to be a hard thing to do and blah, 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 blah. And that's all I heard was blah, 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 blah. Sound like Charlie Brown teacher. Well, James Clyburn couldn't stand what the man had to say, didn't understand what cut the check meant, and went over into some political bull stuff, not trying to understand what the man was saying. And he got frustrated with Jamie and Fowler, and booked on. Now, there was a few elderly women trying to be politically correct, because you got elderly women and you got some old hags. I don't just say, Rob. No, I respect my elders, but you just got some old hags that's just horrible and delusion and full of delusion. They were standing over to mine, talking about, did you eat your, standing over to the side, talking about, did you eat your breakfast today? You got enough energy? Jamie said, yeah, I have plenty of breakfast. And I'm still hollering, cut the check. And they were like, let's come over here and let's do some social work. The problem we got, lady, is your social work is crap. Your social work is social sellout. Skinning and grinning. Not understanding who your true enemy is. And they're usually buffer class people, but you got to understand who your true enemy is. Now, this picture right here really got me. This next one I'm about to show you. So yippee hooray, hip hop hooray, hidey ho, whatever you want to call it. We finally got a second holiday where everybody gets to benefit from it. There was no pen to the paper to protect black people. There was no pen to the paper to help black people economically, especially when our businesses went through hell and high water during the COVID issue or during the COVID times. Nobody talk about our businesses. We've been through it too. Pen to paper for a holiday. Now, look, guys, let me bring myself back up here. Well, you got to be grateful. You know, you got to be grateful, boy. That's wrong with y'all. Black people not grateful. Black people not grateful. It's not that we ain't grateful. It's just that we got certain people in our way stopping us from achieving greatness. I'd rather take greatness over being grateful any day. Now, I told you I've been dealing with high blood pressure. I'm doing a whole lot better. Trying to calm down. I'm trying to keep my tone down. Trying not to get a vein popping out of my head. Heck, I try not to even show myself up here because I'm literally turning red sometimes. And it's usually these old Negroes. It's usually not the young ones. Now, Jamal Bowman represents my district. I get on the call with him for my neighborhood. And I'm being cordial with him, but I'm about fed up with him too. But I'm going to continue to try to work with the brother because he is doing some things here in New York. But it's not just about, you doing whatever you can for your constituents. That's what you're supposed to do. I want to see Jamal Bowman get a little more bolder in his stance on certain issues. Now, calm it down. Are you a settler? Is a Juneteenth holiday enough for you? Folks, Juneteenth been a holiday for a long time. Some states celebrate it, some states won't. Most of us don't even know the true history of Juneteenth. Matter of fact, I'm going to go over that one day next week. You don't know the true history of Juneteenth. Most people don't understand how the first people, even though the Emancipation Proclamation was written by Abraham Lincoln, but there was an Emancipation Proclamation in the South too that allowed slaves to be free first. We'll talk about that. Not going to go into it today. It's these old Negroes. I'm not that young myself. They're selling us out every day. Tim Scott's on the right, James Clyburn on the left. Rest in peace, Herman Cain on the right. I can go through the political commentators on the right, I'm not going to go there. Then you got some on the left. Kind of shocked me to see Benjamin Dixon on Roland Martin's show. One of the biggest blockers of black progress in media in over 40 years, Roland Martin. And he's on a panel with him. See, guys, that's why it's hard for me. That's why I stay in my lane. I applaud Kyle Kalinske. He's getting out of his lane, but I'm more of an old school Kyle Kalinske. I stay in my lane. I usually don't, I'm not a good interviewer. I'm gonna break that mold, but I'm gonna start interviewing people. I'm gonna start having a call in line where people call in, tell me what's on their heart. I'm gonna say, open your heart, allow your opportunity to open your heart. I'm gonna do those things. I'm gonna have guest speakers on. There's a lot of people I want to have on, man. Like the Information Man, Red Pill, Blue Pill. man Nico House. Man, I mean, it's a whole bunch of people that one day I'm going to have on the show. But, I'm not that good of an interviewer. So you guys going to have to give me the questions to ask. 'Cause I'm just not that good. So. And honestly speaking, a lot of these guys are more smarter than me. I'm learning from them. So, I'm going to be a person just sitting there listening and learning with my pen and pad because I don't know everything. But this here, I do know. Old people like me and the people a little younger than me and you young people out here, you got to push back on these old Negroes that's selling you out every single day. I don't care. You can love your mama. I love my mama. You can love your family. I love my family. But when it comes to this, I try to bite my tongue because it's going to be an argument and we see things politically. I try my best. But when they mention that, I just say, I don't trust them Negroes. Never going to trust those Negroes. I don't see why y'all trust it and walk on off. Like Tim Black would say, sprinkle some facts on them and get on out of there. Let me get into this one. Give me a moment. Because this holiday is not that serious to the federal government. This holiday is not that serious to the commerce arena of the United States. I'm over here in New York all day, all night. I'm seeing rainbow flags every freaking where. Rainbow flags in every store, rainbow flag in in the bodega, you know, rainbow flag on people. Car. People got rainbow flags hanging on top of their car, like in the front of the car, in the back, like they a motorcade, everywhere. But yet, we just passed the law. Gay Pride Day is gone. Madison Square Garden still lit up in the rainbow colors. Honestly speaking, I thought a rainbow, to me, pretty much, the rainbow should have been a representation of no color. We all the same color, and we should love one another. But hey, that's besides the point. My point is this. I have not seen no business, not a one, celebrating Juneteenth. I just got off the streets. I just got off the L train in Brooklyn, off Metropolitan Lorimar. That whole street full of rainbow flags. I'm thinking, man, this must be a whole community. And the houses are nice, expensive property, great views of the city. No red, black, and green. Yet you got Keisha Bottom, the mayor for now of Atlanta, signing legislation for equal rights for the LGBT community. It's already law. Trying to make sure you leave the bathrooms open. But yet doing nothing to make sure every business, every agency, every company, you name it, church, whatever, religious organization, recognize Juneteenth. Man, I'm over here near Rockefeller Center, and I'm the UGG store. Man, laced out, rainbow up and down, inside and out. Man, I had a taste for Skittles. Nothing red, black, and green. Not on Madison Square Garden. They didn't replace Madison Square Garden with red, black, and green for one day. They didn't shine a light on the Empire State Building red, black, and green for one day. So what I'm saying, these old sellouts got us fighting everybody fight, but don't even want to really fight hard for their own people. They don't want to challenge Joe. They don't want to challenge each other in the Black Caucus. They don't want to They want to settle. Had somebody tell me, I think St. Vincent lady, nice lady. We get in political battles every now and then because she loved Democrats. She loved Joe Biden. But at the same time, she'll say they ain't doing nothing for us. Folks, understand this. And please get this in your head. I read a scripture in the Bible. I know some of you don't read the Bible. They said the people could not receive any kind of healing or miracle from Jesus because they was too familiar with him. They grew up with Jesus in that town. Jesus could not perform no miracles because they were too familiar with him. Oh, that's old Jay. Oh, Jay preaching. Get out of here, man. Me and Jay used to run them girls over there behind the bleachers. Jay, man, get out of here, Jay. You talking about JC, man? Come on, man. Jay to C? Psh. Oh, he doing miracles now. Yeah, right. I mean, he performed a miracle, all right. Man, Jay was one of the most biggest players around, man. He'll touch a woman and she'll fall out. They would touch a woman ear, broken ear, and they'll become whole. And the woman. But in his own hometown, they could not receive anything from Jay because they were too familiar with Jay. Don't get too familiar with politicians. Not intimately. You can work with them, you can do whatever you can, but not intimately. And the problem that black people have in the CBC and in the Democratic Party and even those in the Republican Party, they too freaking familiar with these people. They sit up here looking at Joe Biden like he the great white hope. That's how Candace Owens and all these other Republicans looked at Trump. Now look at that lady on the left. We're going to talk about her mouth wide open. I'm about to sing a song from... Let me be quiet. I'm about to sing old Trey song. I'm going to close your mouth before a fly get in there. She equate Juneteenth for freedom everywhere. Juneteenth isn't a freedom from everywhere situation, lady. Juneteenth is freedom for blacks that were enslaved by capitalism here in America. But let's hear what she got to say. Here we go. Bring myself up. I'm still trying to learn this stuff, y'all. I'm still learning.
This is the pen that President Biden used to sign Juneteenth into law.
Now, this lady is slobbing over a freaking pen. This is the pen. Go look at her face, man. Go look at her. Folks, Joe Biden used that same pen to sign to sign his part on the crime bill that locked up blacks disproportionately. Matter of fact, it's not disproportionately, a direct attack on black people. A direct attack. The same pen, Joe Biden had a pen when he signed legislation that boosted up the drug war. Matter of fact, he had a pen that woke him up in the middle of the night and just started ghost riding whatever, demon riding whatever, the crime bill, handed that over to the Republicans. Republicans loved it. Yeah, but I love this, boy. I love this bill, Joe Biden. You did this is a hit, boy. This is a hit. We're gonna go worldwide on this, baby. High five, Joe Biden. High five. Working with them racist Republicans. Man, them racist Republicans was so proud of Joe Biden over that crime bill, slobbing out the mouth. We going to get a drink, buddy. And we going to get a drink. We going to run some prostitutes. And let me stop. And same thing on the left. Joe, this is good. It's like James Clyburn. This is good, Joe. My people better support it. Man, it's used to attack your people, man. So what pen's got to do anything? Look how she looking at that pen, man. This is the pen that Joe. Like it's the precious. Me precious. Speak on nothing. Now I remember this lady because she was all in Barack Obama face when he was running all everywhere. She was like she was like a doggone fangirl of Barack Obama. Everywhere Barack Obama went, she was right there. She was traveling like Barack Obama was a Grateful Dead. She was traveling all over the country trying to follow Barack Obama. Miss Otis. I think that's her name. Otis, whatever. This is the pen that President Biden used to sign. Look how she looking at that pen, man. She looking at that pen like it's gold. She looking at that pen like it's a, like it's a Chippendale model. Look how she looking at. It look like she gonna lick the pen. Lady, please don't lick that pen. I don't want to. Look at her mouth. Oh God. Oh God. Please cut the camera off. I'm going in the back room. Cut that camera off. I need a little private time with this pen.
That President Biden used to sign Juneteenth into law. I'm Opal Lee, and I've had this marvelous day at the White House. The young people would say, it's off the chain. I knew I was coming.
Now, hold on now. He had a marvelous day at the White House. Great day for her. This is the shining moment of her life. She's now famous. She is known as the lady that helped bring Juneteenth to law. She sought out her fortune and fame and her approval from President Joe Biden in the Democratic leadership and probably some Republican leadership, and she's being looked to as a figurehead. To bring into a law something that ain't gonna do nothing for black people but give them a day off and a paid day off at that. The same holiday. The same holiday that white racist bigots gonna take advantage of people talking about, oh, they mad. For what? Why would a racist bigot that hate black people be mad because they get a free day off and make some money? Well, I tell you, boy, I just don't understand, but I'll take that day off and I'll take double and a half. I ain't celebrating that mess, but they gotta pay me double and a half. Like, we gotta stop selling. I mean, look, honestly speaking, I get people of all colors watch this show, and I know some people say, Rob, you're a little heavy on the black, because I'm on a mission, man. Some things gotta get done on this end. And I'm dedicated, whether no other people are dedicated or not, that's on them. I'm doing my part to push this. Because we got a lot of work to do with true equality from the rooter to the tutor. Everything that our counterparts have from the building of this country, we gotta have, and we must have, and you gotta ask for it, whether it's a popular issue or not, and you gotta demand it whether it's a popular issue or not. Who cares? But the only way you're gonna get it voted in if it become popular. The only way you're gonna vote it in is you gotta take a stance as a block and make a demand for it. Power without demand concede nothing. I tell you, go listen to some of the teacher, John Clark. You realize, and I heard on TYT, the brother with Undisputed and Tatum Chatham, whatever his name, the black brother, police officer, conservative, whatever. They had a little debate going back and forth. I was going to talk about it here today. But it was like black people going out there tearing up stuff to get things done. Let me tell you something. If you don't listen, after a while, like Tupac say, I'm knocking on your door, let me in, I'm hungry. I'm knocking on your door, let me in, and I'm hungry. After a while, it's going to be, I'm picking up the door, kicking in the door, waving my 4-4. You sitting up there eating good, and I help put the food on your table and I can't get none? Are you freaking crazy? These people will give you anything you want but the things you really need. And you got to stop selling for this stuff and saying, nah, I'm going for what I need, even if my freaking life depended on it.
Because Juneteenth had been made a national holiday and the president was signing the bill into law, and I was invited to the signing of that bill.
Looking out across this room.
See? As my granddaddy would say, boy, you shot your load. She good now. She done got hers. She can go home. She's famous. She's on the White House. This video is from the White House. The White House produced this video. She's good. She got a pen. She can take that pen and get some free food. She can take that pen and get some free Medicare. She probably already get it anyway because of her age, but she got that pen. You see this pen? This is my ticket. This is my ticket to heaven. No, sister, you sold yourself out for a pen. Your priority in helping Black people, it's not a freaking holiday. Thank God for the holiday. We need more holidays. I live in New York. Jewish people got holidays left and right. Every time you turn around, they got a day off here in New York. We got all kind of Black people here in New York. You name it, St. Vincent, Jamaicans, you name it, Nigerians, Ugandans, you name it. We got all kind of, but we don't have all these days for a paid holiday. We got parade, but we don't have paid holidays for our days. But the Jewish people get paid holidays. It's an unbalance here. And nobody's saying anything about it. And nobody's trying to fight to get this thing equal. And I'm saying when it comes to equality, first thing we need is equality between white power and Black power need to become equal. Everybody holler Black Lives Matter, but they don't want to holler Black power. Black power scares people. But truth be told, it's whites who have more power in this country than anybody else. And they have to do whatever they can to maintain power. That's why you get a lot of Democrats and Republicans will work real quick, fast, in a hurry about them maintaining power and fight like hell to not help you get any power. One of the greatest blows is economic equality. Whatever you amassed in wealth from the time we came here as slaves, we were immigrants. When we came here as slaves, the amount of money you amassed over centuries, 400 years plus, we demand equal amount. Now, I showed you the news article. The news article said you pay reparations going to be at least $12 million. At least. And that is one of the main things that will cripple some of this racism. Some of this, it'll probably increase racism because people get upset as a result of true equality. When equality comes to people, some people don't like that. They want to maintain power. They want to maintain strength. They want to maintain dominancy in every area. But when you start talking about that money is real power. And they will not want it. Nobody wants to share it. That's why you have people like Joe Biden. My parents saying, no, we ain't did no. I mean, what we got to do with that? And you hear people saying, my parents ain't got nothing to do with your parents. And even if it did. You got people with the critical race theory. Oh, God. I want my children knowing about the horrors that my people done to Black people. That's what it is. All this other stuff is fabricated bullcrap that nobody's really teaching. Yet they're working hard, undercover, behind your back, passing laws, putting people in positions to pass laws to stop reality, true Black history, equality of wealth, anything that's really missing from your life. They're doing whatever they can to keep everybody from knowing about it because they fear that people will come and side with you and fight with you. And honestly speaking, we need people support in order to push forward with our agenda. Having a third party is one thing, but a third party without agenda has no power. The streets with the agenda, that's all the power you need. Man, they went quick, fast, in a hurry trying to rally around changing, defunding the police and changing some of the police laws when we were out there on the street wreaking havoc. When we put fear in their hearts with the amount of people that were on the streets. That's what happened in France. That's what happened with any culture shift. When the people take to the streets and make a demand, things shift on behalf of the people, not on behalf of the politician, not on behalf of the political parties, but because of the people, because they fear facing the people. Why they got Pip Slamp Macron over there in France. Now, let me get back. I'm sorry, I'm getting too far. The whole point I'm making is people like this. It's like selling out for a freaking pen and a little prominency from Joe Biden and it's worse than freaking girls, the Diamond and Silk. Sellouts. Trump loved me. Yeah, but at the same time, ladies, what are you doing to help push for the needs of your community? You sold out to Trump and to get subscribers from Trump's base to watch you. Same thing with Candace Owens. I'm not selling out. I don't give a crap. YouTube could take me they took me down from 10,600. I'm like 9,800, but I don't care if I go to 98. I didn't do this for the freaking numbers. I did this because I'm tired of stuff like this. Freaking bootlicks.
Room, I see the advocates, the activists, the leaders who have been calling for this day for so long.
Who? What activists? What leaders? Kamala Harris. How do you see them? No, you handpick some of your activists, people that you call activists. Joy Reid, Simone Sanders. What activists, what true activists on the streets? Because most activists don't like to show themselves. They don't want to take pride in themselves. I mean, they'll stand up and be a leader, but they're not trying to align themselves to get any kind of praise from a politician. They're not. Who, Kamala? Who? I hope it ain't Miss Opal Lee, but look.
Including the one and only Miss Opal Lee.
The one and only Miss Opal Lee. That's our new Martin Luther King, y'all. That's our new Malcolm X. That's our new Marcus Garvey. That's our new Louis Farrakhan. Opal Lee is their handpicked hero. I didn't pick her. I don't know much about her. All I know is she traveled around the world as Obama's #1 fan when he was running for office in 2008. And folks, honestly speaking, I believe they picked her and say, you're going to be, this is what I believe, may not be true. You're going to be our mother of Juneteenth. You're going to be the face of Juneteenth. Well, I'm here to let every politician, Miss Opal Lee is not the face of Juneteenth. And y'all not going to make her the face. And see, that's the problem I got with these politicians now. They want to pick and choose who they want to make the face of this and that. They may be the face of your party suck-ups, but they're not the face of the black community. From what I know, most of the people in the black community didn't ask for a holiday. We'll get it. We're grateful for it. Another day off. I can get paid, or I can work double or double time and a half, whatever. Great stuff, but they ain't doing nothing. It is making no change. Well, you got to start somewhere, brother. You got to start somewhere. You know, they gave us this holiday. They gave us, ain't nobody gave me jack. I ain't asked for it. I did not ask for it. And I'm quite sure you didn't ask for it too. You went at home, ooh, Lord God, please, Lord Jesus, please, Buddha, Allah, God, ooh, please, I need another holiday, Juneteenth, please, Lord. The one and only is Opal Lee. One and only? Are you freaking kidding me, Kamala Harris?
Over the course of decades, she's made it her mission to see that this day came. She's walked for miles and miles.
So y'all telling me this lady, this elderly lady, probably somebody grandma, probably somebody auntie, woke up and said, it is my life mission today, sir, to make a holiday out of Juneteenth. It was already a freaking holiday, just wasn't recognized. It was already a holiday, it just wasn't recognized. And it still ain't being recognized, even though it's in law, because every business establishment ain't going to recognize anything that had to do with African, red, black, green, slavery, none of that stuff. Mark my words. Until black people come together and push for a campaign aggressively like the LGBT community did, you ain't going to see no recognition. And honestly speaking, I don't want us to become a marketing strategy. I don't want us to become a billboard of discounts where you get 25% off some Uggs if you can prove that you two women married to each other, you come and show your certificate, we're going to give you 20. I don't want to be used as a marketing scheme. I just want us to get what we are owed. And once we get that, I can move on to other things. I'm not even going to try to multitask. I'm locked focused. My information. You freaking kidding me? I'm sorry, man. This stuff just coming in my head. She made this her life mission. Come here, babies. Come here, grandkids. Come here. You ever heard of Juneteenth? Well, guess what me ma's gonna do? Me ma's gonna fight like hell to make sure you can get that day off of work. And not only you, we gonna make sure the Asians get that day off. We gonna make sure the Latinos get that day off. We gonna even make sure some of the cops that beat you upside the head, they get that day off if they choose to. We're gonna make sure every card carrier Klan member get that day off. We gonna make this a day for everybody. But grandma, what about just us? Can we get something for ourselves? Because everybody else gets something. No, boy, shut up. That's not what America's all about. We're all inclusive. Problem with that is everything isn't distributed all inclusive. There's a lot of things being distributed exclusive. Rodney King got an exclusive butt whipping. George Floyd got an exclusive knee on his neck and a knee in his back. That was exclusive. I don't hear about the cops doing that to Asians. I haven't heard about the cops doing that to white LGBT. They might be doing the black LGBTQ because I tell all my gay friends, I tell them at the end of the day, you black. Don't you ever forget it. At the end of the day, you black. Love who you love. But at the end of the day, you black. All right, let me keep going.
Miles, literally and figuratively, to bring attention to Juneteenth, to make this day possible.
You cannot imagine how joyful, how humble, how magnificent the whole thing has been. There may be some of you who don't know what Juneteenth is. The enslaved in Texas.
Now let's go, because she really don't know what it is either. We're gonna talk about it. Did you hear what she said before that? Let me go back. Cause man, this should piss some of y'all off. Oh, it's cute older lady saying all this stuff, but this is a cute, selfish old lady. Rob, you going hard on that. I told you, it's the old Negroes that's been holding us back for 20, 30, 40 years. It's the old Negroes that sided with Joe Biden pushing the crime bill. It's the old Negroes that has stalled legislation to help the Democrats keep capitalists in the lead versus helping true people. It's the old Negroes. Now understand this. We are the majority when it comes to putting people in power. And when it comes to get stuff passed, they got to come to the Black Caucus. They got to kiss up to the Black Caucus. They got to promise things to the Black Caucus. And most of the things they promise to the Black Caucus isn't stuff that's going to help the community that put those people in the Black Caucus. It's things that's going to help the Black Caucus. So I don't give a crap what the age is. Just like I told my girl, I like, look at baby. I don't care if a 5-year-old kid come up to me. If a 5-year-old kid coming at me with a gun or a knife, I'm going to kick him like a field goal. I'm telling you, because I'm not going to look, man, these days, man, kids can kill you. Women can kill you. Old ladies can kill you. Murder and death is not exclusive. I see a kid with a knife, man, I'm kicking him 15 miles down the street like I'm Doug Flutie. I'm kicking him just to get that knife away from me. I don't care about her being no old lady, elderly lady. I don't care about that. I care about the BS she's spitting out her mouth because she's being selfish right now.
Magnificent the whole thing has been.
For who?
How humble, how magnificent the whole thing has been. There may be some of you who don't know what Juneteenth is.
Before she starts telling us, let's listen to her again.
To make this day possible.
You cannot imagine how joyful, how humble, how magnificent the whole thing has been.
To who, lady? To who? I don't feel humble. I don't feel joyful. I don't feel magnificent. I'm quite sure you people up here watching this, you ain't feel that. Oh, yeah, people know the people who are out there celebrating in the street. Old Negroes. I guess it's late, it's nice, and the feeling's right. Okay. Doing the Cupid Shuffle? Doing all that stuff. If you don't sit your old behind down before you break something, sit down, lady. Out there dancing. Dun, dun, like you're in Sunday morning service. Dun, dun, we got June holiday. Ooh, hallelujah, glory God. Ain't no celebration here. Humble. Are you freaking kidding me?
There may be some of you who don't know what Juneteenth is. The enslaved in Texas weren't told they were free for 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation freed them.
Now, let me stop here. They weren't told that for business purposes. They also wasn't told that because they feared that we oppress these black people, that we tell them free, they might go full Nat Turner on us. They had a reason for doing it. It was a dumb, stupid reason. But then again, if I was a white, dominant, overbearing, racist, I'll probably keep it quiet too. If I got over, I think it was at least 250,000 blacks at that time just in that area. You done told them they free? See, in their mind, in the mind, and this is the same thing with people who getting a little nervous about this critical race theory bull crap. You've done black people so horrible for so long that you assume once we have our full-throated freedom from the rooter to the tutor, that we're going to attack y'all. And that was the sentiment on why these people didn't let these people know they were free. It's because they was afraid that they were going to get their butts kicked. But folks, understand this. That wasn't just in Texas. Just about every plantation owner was trying their best to keep information from every slave on their plantation to let them know they're free. There were people who living on plantations for 10, 20, 30 years, didn't even know they were freaking free. They wasn't allowed to read no mail. They wasn't allowed to have no free communication. Nobody didn't ride down the town. Y'all black people are free. Y'all black people are free. Go on and go about your business. Y'all can walk off this plantation right now. No, that wasn't going down. But let me be quiet and say that for another show. Let's let this lady sit here to me, and she's insult to me, trying to insult my intelligence. You sold out for this moment and got a freaking plan to give people, everybody, an extra holiday, a paid holiday. Great. And don't get me wrong. We got another holiday. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Whoop-de-freaking-do. What about my equality and wealth?
They'd watch in our churches and they'd pray for freedom to come. And it finally did. When General Gordon Granger and 7,000 colored troops from New Jersey and New York made their way to Galveston, Texas. And he read General Order Number 3 that said all slaves are free. When those people came in from...
Now, next week I'm going to go into how there were more than one Emancipation Proclamation. There was some Emancipation Proclamation. Matter of fact, there were a deal that was trying to be brokered between the South and the North, because the South was planning on freeing the slaves also. So it didn't matter who win, whether it's the North or the South. They planned on freeing the slaves, and yet the North and South both had second thoughts about freeing the slaves because it was going to hurt them economically, because now they can't make all this money on free labor. Like, I don't have no machines anymore that's going to put out this product. But like I said, we'll talk about that on another show. But she acted like this was an exclusive thing, and it wasn't exclusive.
Their labor, and somebody read that to them. We started celebrating, and we've been celebrating ever since. Juneteenth is not a Texas.
Who in the hell in heaven? I don't know, Pastor, you might be watching this. Watch your language, boy. Who in the heaven and hell been celebration? How many of you went to club last night? Give me your Juneteenth special. Make that a double. Yo, man, you see them girls in that with that Juneteenth, those Juneteenth t-shirts on? How many of y'all seen any girls in the wet t-shirt contest, wet Juneteenth t-shirt contest? Ain't nobody was celebrating that crap. She probably was, because she got that pen.
This thing. It's not a black thing. We're talking about freedom for everyone.
Now, that's the part that pissed me off the most. And then they gonna come behind her with these violence. See, look, guys, I do video editing as a profession for for corporations, for teams, I do that. I make trailers, you know, for all types of people. When I say all types of people, I say all types. And I know how having a scripted or close to scripted speech and having the right music goes there to pull your heartstrings. And that's all this is. This is the White House is using this woman as a puppet to string y'all along to believe that they still got black people's interests at heart. Why? Look what we just did. And listen to this old lady. She gonna tell you why you need to continue to stay on our side and not go over to the other side. Folks, ain't nobody talking about neither one of y'all. I don't like none of you. I don't support none of ya. That's Southern for none of you. I support my politician individually based on their past, present, and future, and they better have some kind of black agenda. Because believe me, Asians gonna come to them and say, if you ain't got no Asia agenda, don't worry about my support. You don't see no Asians going around saying, look here, buddy, you gotta get on the train. You gotta get on the bus. You gotta get on the bus. Biden-Harris bus, get on the bus. I'ma save a seat for you. Bruh, you can save a seat all you want. You're lucky I don't put nothing up under that bus and go full-blooded. Colombian on your behind. Let's hear what she said. To me, that's an insult. It's just like when Joe Biden went to talk to the people in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Didn't do an apology. They asked her, do you apologize? The lady told him at the museum. Do you apologize, Joe Biden, for what? Joe Biden was like, better get up out of my face. He didn't say that, but his gestures was like, are you freaking kidding me? Woman, go sit down. And then he gonna go talk about it, and then he gonna mention the same thing. Everybody, we all are one. Well, everybody didn't go through this. We all, the world was not in this. Slavery was not it's a small world after all, especially here in this country. At least some countries, they had slavery, but they also had other things. They had better indentured service. They had a work payoff program. You know, they were black conquistadors. I mean, that's so much we don't know that they won't never tell us. Black conquistadors were responsible for getting these people to these destinations to do their so-called exploration, which wasn't really exploration. It's another version of colonization from Spaniards. Every time somebody sit up there and say a speech when it comes to a black situation and start trying to make this about everybody, it's a spit in the face to me. Because, yeah, some things are for us. Some things are we are the world. Some things are it's a small world after all. I mean, some things are. This ain't. This ain't.
Talking about freedom for everyone.
Now, folks, in the United States, most of the people came here as immigrants. Freedom for everyone? Even when the Asians came down to do some building here, black people built most of the railroad. Once we got to a certain section of the West, then that's when we had to compete with Asians on building the railroads. But black people built the railroads. And the mistreatment of the Asians was nowhere near the mistreatment of black people on railroad. Most of those guys were railroaded into the prison system and had to go out there and break rocks and all that kind of stuff to build the railroads. Railroaded. A lot of them was shot and killed and thrown into pits. You can't even go on YouTube and hear anything about the Devil's Punch Bowl. They done took that down. Anytime somebody start popping off their chops about we all, when it comes to a black situation that black people alone went through, you need to stop them in their track. Like, hold up, buddy. I love you. Well, when are we in that? When they hung those 3 boys in Alabama and invited the whole town to come look, including their children, one licking on the ice cream, looking at it, smiling. There were no Latinos up there. There was no white up there. Now, they did kill some white people in the Mississippi. They were trying to help, but that was not happening all the time. Hanging was a public spectacle. Hanging was a, let's bring out the barbecue grill and cook some hot dogs and watch this thing. And then for her to say something dumb like this, all, ain't an all thing. The only thing about Juneteenth concerning all is everybody, red, yellow, black, and white, precious in his sight, lovers of all people to haters of all people but one color, they all get to participate in the on this holiday. So she got one thing right. It is a all people day, but it has nothing to do with freedom for all. Stop that bull crap, lady. And here come the violins to string y'all along. And I know it's some black people out there. I hope probably not young black people. But I bet you some older black people like, oh, God, why they had to play the violin? The violin to get you, boy, I'm telling you.
Freedom for everyone. This
Is that Warnock back there crying? Now look at that. Look how she's looking at that pen. Let me get over here. Give me a moment. I don't know why this is playing. Folks, need more. Need say any more. Joe Biden make his speech and he invoked all people. This lady makes her speech and invokes all people. The problem is one of the most insulting things you could do is take a situation that exclusively happened to American descendants of slaves, or descendants of American slavery, or foundational black people, or whatever you want to call us. It didn't happen to everybody. But you continue to use black people and our issues to bring equality for all. But when it comes to other people and their issues, you don't want to bring equality to black people. Well, I can't override the Constitution. This is what Joe Biden said to the people at the black meeting with religious leaders. Well, I'm not going to go against the Constitution to do something for you. Man, they should have said, fool, if you don't do your best to change something, then you can forget us in 2022 and 2024. But most of them ain't got the balls to do that, or the ovaries. And this how he can sit there and you can see a picture like this and Joe Biden laugh. Well, look here, fat. Take this pen and get up out my face. This is all you getting. You get a pen, you get a pen, you get a pen, you get a pen. And don't sell it on eBay. So that's all the value that you can get out of this thing. Everybody gets a free holiday, federal holiday. You can get paid and stay home, but that ain't enough to keep your rent. Or you can decide to work and do a double time and make extra money. That ain't gonna pay your car payment. That'll barely put food on your table. Sure ain't gonna help you with that hospital bill you got. This lady over here is a pawn of the Democrats. Just like Diamond and Silk was a pawn of the Republican. And they using these old Negroes to fake you out. Look at Kamala Harris over there. Joe Biden setting her up for failure. That trip that she went on was horrible. She looked stupid. It was a shame. She didn't make black people proud. See, Obama did, when he went overseas, he did make himself look good. I got to give it to him. Even though he was going to stab most of those people in the back. But he did make them look good. He know how to make himself. He had people more charmed and more into him than the BS that he was about to do. That was the magic of Barack Obama. Kamala Harris ain't got that. And Joe Biden definitely ain't got it. Go down there and do a speech on cyber attacks and interfere in elections. And I know Putin was over there saying, you stupid American, they do more interfering than anybody. So stick your chest in, Joe Biden. Stick your chest in. You guys interfered 10 times more than Russia. So guys, I'm done. Look here. Let me say this and I'm done. I wasn't going to be long. It's Father's Day and, I treated myself to a big bowl of spaghetti in Brooklyn. And I'm a little bit sleepy. I was going to go to Coney Island and, take some pictures, have a little fun. Me and my goddaughter, and she does photography. I do photography now, and she's teaching me, and we was going to have a photo wall. But the moral of this particular episode of the Bobby Brown Show is this. Young people don't become like the old young black people seeking political position. Don't be like the old black people that's in political position. They've sold you out. They're more concerned about making the Democratic Party happy, kissing up to these Democratic leaders, than actually pushing an agenda for you. Whatever the establishment say we gonna do, that's what we gonna do, buddy. Joe Biden said we all blacks need to support Asian legislation. We all gonna sign it, and ain't nobody gonna break the chain. We ain't gonna have no weak links here. We gonna show our support for them. Yeah, but how many Asians signed on to the George Floyd bill? How many white mothers signed? How many Native Americans? How many people are signing on this thing? And I'm not just talking about Democrats. I'm talking about Republicans. Because they went lock, stock, barrel on that bad boy when it came to them in unity. And they almost went unity on this Juneteenth bill. They almost was in lockstep. You had a few that said, I'm not signing this mess. It's not going to do anything but give a holiday, pay a holiday. Some people just didn't sign. But when it comes to something that's going to help protect black people, you got to divide. And you got to put the pressure and say, y'all ain't going to be divided. You're going to be out of here. And you ain't going to put because Trump getting ready, talking about running in 2024. You ain't going to put Trump in our face as a boogeyman no more. Just to get Kamala Harris in there. Kamala Harris ain't going to make it. I got a feeling Governor Cuomo going to come out of this scandal and he's still going to run for office and black people going to vote for him over Kamala Harris. And then he going to run against Trump and 9 times out of 10 Trump is going to beat him. How? Because his base is lock, stop, and step. He give his base what he want. Joe Biden ain't giving his base what they want. The only time the Democratic Party give people what they want when people go outside of political parties and pretend and begin to put pressure on them, and then they start to bend the knee. The LGBTQ community is not a Democratic community. Heck, you got Republicans, a lot of Republicans that invest in that community heavily. Millionaires and billionaires at the like. Now, Black Lives Matter, that's something different. Black Lives Matter don't get nowhere to support of LGBT, the LGBT community. That's why they're seeking so much to bring that community into the Black Lives Matter organization, because of money. They can't get the money like they can. LGBTQ community get money from both the left and the right, and from major corporations better than Black Lives Matter organization. Nothing's going to get done for you unless you force it. Power is not going to be given to you by these numb-nut politicians. They're going to keep giving you symbolism. Malcolm X says symbolism is just they'll give you anything but true power. They'll give you a holiday, anything. They'll paint the streets, and y'all get out there and dance them. They'll give you anything but money, power, and respect. Shout out to Lil' Kim and the Locks. But that's all. They're not going to give you power, money, power, and respect. People coming in this country, they come in this country with money, power, and respect. And that's why they get more stuff done than we do. Because they let them know, look here, buddy, we got money, power, and respect. Yet, those three words get them to do more for them than they do for us. Yet we got something that they don't have. Their money can't do, their power can't do, and their respect can't do. And that's political power. And we got to start wielding it like a sword before we lose it. We're sitting up there letting the sword collect dust and it's getting dull, and when it's time to use it, we can't even cut butter. You better sharpen that iron now before 2022 and 2024 and start using it now so you can start gutting these politicians metaphorically when it comes to your issues. This, and this is what we demand. If you ain't going to push it, push your behind over to the other side. We ain't supporting you. Not me. We ain't supporting you. But what about Trump's going to run again? I don't give a crap. I ain't supporting him either. Well, you got to support both of. Who told you that lie? Ain't got to support a doggone thing. I'm supporting those who support me. And if I got one person who nobody know that's going to support us, I'd rather give him my support than you two numbnuts. When you get outside that arena and you stop becoming a settler and you go for the juggler in a lawsuit, that's when you're real well off. See, people, man, they get in a car accident, Walmart, truck driver, run over your family member, God rest her soul, and stuff like that. And I hope nobody ever go through that. But Walmart said, look, we're gonna give you $500,000. Okay. I guess I'll sign the check. So you're a settler. Whatever they give you, whatever power give you, you gonna take. Well, we got to take whatever we can get, buddy. See, you got the wrong mindset. Kings don't think like that, and dominant people don't think like that. See, I used to hate when people call white people the dominant class. They're the dominant class because they have ways of dominating. You got to start doing the same thing if you want to take some power. Power got to be taken. And I think the best way to take power is to take away power. Stop giving these people your political power. If they're not going to support your agenda, then don't support them. Now, I didn't get a chance to get into it, but we were going to talk about, people always asking, what's the black agenda? It's easy. It's out there. Have you read it? Have you looked at it? I'm not talking about Ice Cube thing. That's a contract with Black America. There's a black agenda. It tells you exactly what the goals are to deal with the very roadblock from progress from black people. And we'll go over that next week. But the only way you're going to be able to, the only way you can take power and start getting equal with these people, if you got to start willing your political power and letting these people know that we put you in office, we can take you out. Try me. If I don't see you in the next 2 years or the next year start pushing our agenda, we will personally come to your office and tell you your term is done, son. You're out of there. We're going to run people against you that's going to support the community. That was the whole purpose of black nationalism from Malcolm X. Republicans can kiss my behind. Democrats can kiss my behind. Liberals can kiss my behind. Conservatives can kiss my behind. I'm only focused on my community coming together. We're going to vote for our own politician. We determine what party they're going to be put in, and we're going to give them the agenda. And if they're stray away from the agenda, then they're going to have to deal with us. And everybody's going to be on one accord. Everybody's going to be on code with this. We're not going to come out of code. That's what the Italian community do. That's what the Asian community do. That's what the Latino communities are starting to do it. They was a little broken up, but they're starting to get their stuff together now. It's a shame. Asian people have been implementing Malcolm X's policy better than us. They show no allegiance. It's about their community and their community alone. Tammy Duckworth sat there and told Joe Biden, if you don't do this, I ain't appointing nobody to a position. Count my vote out. And nobody come to her and tell her, oh, you better get in line. You better get on code. You better get on line with the rest of us Democrat. No. It wasn't about politics with her. And they got stuff done. Anyway, let me see who's up here. I usually don't come let me see who's up here. I'm not up here. Okay, let's see. All right. What's up, Nico? I didn't know my man Nico was up here, man. What's up, man? How you doing, bruh? We gonna get together soon, man. I was just telling everybody that I need to learn how to do interviews. Abadil Ben Levi L. What's up, brother? How you doing? Appreciate you being on the show. And Juneteenth will usually on Father's Day. Jim Crow, Joe Biden crime bill put most of fathers in prison. True. Some of them still in prison. That bill has not been overturned. Nobody put the pressure on Joe Biden to overturn the bill, not even Bernie Sanders. And he's supposed to be the head of the budget committee. Like Ebony Mal Cherubim. You put a little more name, put a little more stuff in your name. Yeah, they used that lady, man. I don't think they used that. I think that lady was happy to be used. Use me up. You can pimp me out. Long as I'm the pimp's number one girl, I'm okay. Papa Naya Shelley, that lady been buck dancing since Obama. Right. You remember her in 08? She like following Obama everywhere he went. She's like that old lady at the Apollo. Always up front. Everybody singing, she up front, trying to get their attention. 10 nickels, 21 trillion, brother, 21 trillion. Yeah, I know. It's according to Claude Anderson, it's more than that. It's other factors that we haven't even talked about, but that's what the newspaper said. The white-led newspaper made that declaration. They don't know the reality, but they admit that it's at least 12 trillion according to their standards. Now, it's way more than that. Like he said, it's way in the 20 trillion plus. But they know. They know they owe us trillions. But they'll rather give us a holiday, and we'll settle for that. Folks, don't be settling for no holiday. Don't be settling a few people getting a publisher clearinghouse style checks at their house and let them say, hey, we gave them reparation. No, you owe us all. This didn't start with just them two. Kevin Toohey, dictatorship by the elite. Yes, sir. All right. So first of all, I thank everybody for being on. Remember, like, share. Make sure you still subscribe, because they unsubscribe people. They don't like me talking about this stuff. And they unsubscribe people like crazy. So make sure every Sunday that you're subscribed. Make sure you like these so other people can watch the video and share them. You're welcome to share them. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. But people need to understand, don't fall for this crap. Don't fall for it. So okie doke. if you really read, if you're over, a seer, where you can see into stuff that's more than what's in your face, you'll see that this is an insult. And there's certain, I got a gift of searing. I can see stuff that people don't see. And I know you guys probably saw this, but this lady trying to take this, they making her the face of Juneteenth, and then she trying to give this to all. Sheila Lee, this has nothing to do with most of the immigrant Black caucuses. It has everything to do with descendants of slave members of Black caucus. But this is all they're willing to tap dance for. I'm not dancing. I'm standing in my seat. I'm not standing in my seat. I'm sitting in my seat like a black Mendigo with my sword on one hand and my knife on the other hand, sitting in my chair saying, it's not enough. Bring me back my rewards. Reparations is due. Black equality, let me be specific on that. Black American slavery descendants must have equality. 100%. With our founding forefathers and their descendants. They got filthy stinking rich on us. Everybody came to America because they wanted what they got, not what we didn't get. And they're coming here getting the American dream. And we're having everything and his mama block us from achieving the American dream. I'm Rob Brown, Bobby Brown with the Bobby Brown Show. Always remember this, go out there and make a mark on this world that cannot be erased. If you have not done that, please do that today. And always remember, good morning. I love you and good morning, good night.